Before we get started with actually running through the pattern, just some little notes. Your cones, the steward is going to be approximately 20 feet off the wall on that center line. The judges are going to be in chairs above that. Your start cone is going to be slightly off the center line, about 50 feet down from, or slightly off midline, about 50 feet down from that center line. Okay, so again, the steward is 20 feet off the wall. Our start cone is going to be slightly right of center, and then down 50 feet. Make sure when you guys come check in tomorrow for your classes, do so. Check in with your steward, let them know you're here so they're not having to spend their time tracking you guys down. Not knowing if there's a scratch or something like that truly affects your other exhibitors. So have the common courtesy to get checked in and let the horse show run on smoothly. And to that point, it was stressed greatly by the judges when they were talking about laying out this pattern. You must be ready at cone A. They said it will be reflected in that first maneuver score, and it will show up in your F&E if you are not ready at cone A. So nobody here came to not win, so be at the marker. Do not lose points. All right, where did Tessa go? Oh. All right, Tessa Dalton's going to be helping us today run through these patterns. This is a green horse. We thought it was going to be a good opportunity for him to get in here and maybe deal with a little stage fright. So we're going to be forgiving if anything. Does anybody see anything wrong with how she's starting her pattern? Okay. So we want to be at the start tone, but we also want to be on the correct side of it. So, all right. All right, so we're going to start with the small fry and we're going to work our way up. Like I said, the cone placement's going to be the same for all of the patterns. For our small fry, we're going to trot to center line and stop. So all of these stops, all of this pattern is going to operate on center line. So it's a hip spot. You're going to land your hind feet on that line. And like I said, that'll continue through all of the patterns. So we're going to trot up the center line. We're going to do our 3/4 turn at 270, walk straight to the judge, and stop. Okay, so when we're walking to that judge, that is your horse going straight to the judge. Okay, so that's an important note that you as the handler are slightly off the left side. Your horse is in line with the judge. Once you stop, we're going to set up. We're going to do our inspection. All of the stewards are going to go to the left. So they'll be stepping towards the top of the pen. And then when you're dismissed, we're going to do another 270 and walk forward. Your pattern is complete. So the stewards are going to do a good job of getting you guys sent in here. As long as you are on time and checked in out there, they're going to give you plenty of time to be at this marker. But again, it is your responsibility to be standing here and ready as that person's doing their 270 and leaving the arena. So, all right, Tessa, if you want to go ahead and run through this small fry. And we'll run through each pattern twice. So we're going to trot off. We're going to find our hip spot on center line. We do our 270 and we walk to our judge. We set up for inspection. Then our steward is going to step left. Once you're dismissed, we're going to do a 270. And we walk off. At this point, your pattern is now complete. Okay? Does anybody have any questions before we run that one through again? All right, let's run that one more time. We'll also note that she crossed over, okay? So that's important. Once you get set up, you cross over. We trot to center line. So Tesla's going to be early this time, right? Does everybody understand what I mean by that by early? Like she had her front feet on that line instead of her hind feet. There's no penalty involved there, but it's going to affect your maneuver score. So we've set up, our steward steps left. When you're dismissed, we're doing our 270. And we walk off. All right, any questions on the small fry pattern? All right. So we'll go ahead and we're going to move on to the rookie pattern. So this will be rookie youth and rookie amateur. So we're now going to extend trot to the center line. Sorry, Tessa. And slow to a forward walk for approximately 2 horse lengths. So we're talking 8 to 10 steps. Okay. So for approximately 2 horse lengths, we're going to trot a circle and continue trotting towards the judge, stop, set up for inspection. When dismissed, we do a 270, walk forward, pattern complete. Okay, so again, the markers are going to be set the same spot for all 4 patterns. All right, so we can go ahead. So we're going to extend the trot. Break to the walk, approximately 8 to 10 steps. You'll notice that the walk portion of the pattern is all completely straight. Okay? We're going to trot our circle, come down, find the red line behind her, and straight to the judge. We stop, we set up for inspection. Again, the steward goes left. It was also stressed by the judges that all of these patterns, they're drawn with straight lines and they're being judged as such. Okay, so make sure if it's showing a straight line that you're actually keeping your horse flat, keeping your horse straight. That is part of what that maneuver score comes from. 70, walk off, pattern complete. Any questions on the rookie pattern before we run it again? Let's go and run it one more time. And the judges will have a flag to wave you guys on. So the stewards will send you in to head to the marker. And then at that point, you're going to need to be looking over at the judges and they'll cue you on. You know, we're getting progressively better. There you go. Dismissed, we do our 270. Walk off, pattern complete. All right, any questions on the rookie? All right, 13 and under. You need to see it? All right, so the 13 and under, again, we're going to walk into our cone. We're going to do our extend trot. This time we're going to stop. We're going to treat that as a hip spot again. So we're going to put our hind feet on that line to those judges. We're going to do a 90-degree turn, backs approximately 1 horse length. So we're talking 4 to 5 steps. Okay, so if you get to 6 steps, no penalty. If you're absurd with it and you get 7, 8, 9 steps, that's up to their discretion. So that approximately horse length, we're talking 4 to 5 steps back. After we've backed, we're going to trot 3/4 of the circle. And then we're going to walk after we complete that. So you'll notice again that walk flattens out and gets straight, right? All right, so we're going to walk the last quarter, make a square corner, and walk to the center. All right, we're going to trot straight to the judge after you've gotten square. All right, so we're going to make that corner at a walk, get flat, then trot off. All right, so that's important that walk comes down, over, gets flat, then trot off. We stop, we set up for inspection. When dismissed, we do a 270 again, walk forward, pattern complete. Got it? You'll notice that Tessa is staying off to the side of her horse. It's going to be very important that, yep, trot. Yep. Staying off to the side of her horse when she backs up. It's going to be very important that you guys do that so you don't put yourself in a penalty zone by being in front of your horse. We come back down. We find the same line that we operated off originally. Then you walk your square, trot to the judge. So, and you guys will notice, like when you look at the drawings of the patterns, that things look like they're a little below and a little above. All of the art just can't go on the same line, okay? So everything is going to operate on that middle line. It just, in the actual picture, it can't all jumble on top of each other. Then we walk off. Any questions on the 13 and under? Let's go and do it one more time, Tessa. So we're extend trotting. And you guys will notice that Tessa is starting and completing each maneuver, right? So her footwork changes and she gets into a new position. So that horse has that cue as to what's coming. So it's very important that we start and finish every maneuver. We do our 270. Change positions, walk off, pattern complete. Any questions on 13 and under? All right. Her question is her hip or her shoulder supposed to be at the first stop? You're talking after the extend trot? That is a hip spot. Yeah. You're welcome. So again, her question was, is her shoulder or hip supposed to be on the center line when she stops in the extend trot? That is a hip spot. So your right hind foot. All right, so 14 to 18, level 1 amateur, level 1 select. We're doing our extend trot to center again. We're going to stop. This time we're doing a 450, so a turn and a quarter. We're going to back our approximate 1 horse length again. We're going to trot the 3/4 of our circle, break to the walk, walk down, do our square, trot straight to the judge, set up for inspection. The steward is going left, doing our 270, walk forward, pattern complete.